going on, world? Y'all know what's going on. It's your boy Midnite. We back, and I'm back just like I promised y'all for another episode of Midnite TV. Got my boys in the building with me. You know what I'm saying? My man here.
Rich. I'm Rich. What up?
Rob Ward, living large.
You know. And y'all know how I've been feeling lately about this movie they made, Chirac, man. It's a fucking disgrace, man. To me, at least, I think it is. I think it's disrespectful. You know. And it's not just hatred or nothing for Spike Lee. I mean, I think he's a great producer. I give him that. But the ignorance behind the movie is what bothers me, you know. That's what really gets on my nerves, you know. For somebody who's never been over there to Iraq. Because it's not him that I'm mad at, you know. But for him to take the name and the title to run with it from others' ignorance and make a movie out of it when you got people that's been to Iraq or Afghanistan or Vietnam and you got all these ignorant motherfuckers that grow up in the hood and they call they hood places like that. You can't even compare your hood to places like that. I'm from the hood, born and raised. And I also been to Iraq and Afghanistan. I've been over there 4 times. And it's a big difference. And all you punk ass motherfuckers out there who calling y'all hood these type places, y'all need to get in touch with reality. Because to be honest, if y'all went over there, y'all probably wouldn't survive a day or two, to be honest. That's just what I think, you know. I'm going to let my man Rich talk to y'all because we both had some of the same similar experiences. We both been over there, lost people over there. That's what really bothers me about this issue, man. Y'all fake ass gangsters or whatever the fuck y'all call yourselves. They think y'all hoods are really that tough. It really ain't compared to these places, man. You know? I mean, I get it that Chicago's tough. I get it. I ain't taking nothing away from Chicago because my man here, he's from Chicago. And I can't take that away from Chicago. I get that it's a tough place. But to call it Chirac is like
Ignorance.
that. I can't even think of the word to say for it. Chicago to Iraq is like a Disneyland, man. You know, because in Iraq, you don't know who your enemy is. Motherfuckers dressing in whatever. And I mean, I got it. Y'all want to be gangster and all that shit, but in Iraq, them real gangsters, man. Because I bet you in Chicago ain't there one of you motherfuckers willing to kill yourself to kill a motherfucker that you don't like at the same time. So to be honest, y'all ain't really gangsters anyway. Them the real gangsters over there in Iraq and Afghanistan and Vietnam and all the wars that we done been through. Them real gangsters. Because they don't give a fuck. They gonna take you out with them. They don't give a fuck who you is, motherfucker. If they feel, if it's meant for you to die and they gotta die with you, shit, that's part of their fucking religion. You die with them. So y'all motherfuckers really ain't gangster, man. I don't really want to use the N word because I ain't big on that. That's just another part of ignorance, man. But I'm going to say that for another session of Midnite TV. I'm going to let Rich talk to y'all.
No, I think it's the same. I think it's a little bit of a disgrace, and a disgrace to the people who actually did go over there and fight in Iraq and Afghanistan, because it's definitely not the same. And for people to be comparing it to places like that, I mean, y'all, like, I was raised in the country, but you know, gangsters want to wear their colors and represent and throw their signs up and shit and call it Iraq and Afghanistan. Over there, y'all know who it is. They don't throw signs up and wear their colors, and they just pop shots and try to kill you and also take themselves out, like he just said. At the same time, yeah, I don't know. It's just fucking ignorant. I don't like it at all.
I agree with them. I'm from Chicago. I know it's rough. I mean, most of you people that's from Chicago know my family. If you know heard of Robert Earl Atkins, that's my pops. So I've been through a lot of shit. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is Iraq is completely different than what Chicago has to offer. Iraq is way completely different, and it'll take over the whole entire world, like piece by piece. I mean, you will die if you go to Iraq. Chicago, you can survive. Iraq, you will die if you don't fight. Chicago, you can survive, not fight. That's the difference.
Chicago, you're all fighting for dumb shit. They're fighting us over religion and beliefs and way of life, and we're fighting for our way of life. You guys are fighting for dumb shit in Chicago, and you want to call it Iraq, Chirac. Not even just Chicago, Detroit. All the bullshit killings and murders for nothing. To rep your whatever, your side.
See, and I wanted to do this piece to show you that no matter where you come from, or no matter what you do in life, man, we can all come together as people and realize that ignorance is everywhere in the world, man. And for all you people out there who want to be so-called gangsters and want to be doing all this ignorance and killing and hurting your own people, man, the shit need to stop, man. Y'all killing each other for nothing, man. It's ignorance, man. I used to be like that, man, growing up in the hood, in the streets of Florida, thinking violence was the way, man. Violence ain't the way, man. I've stared death in the face numerous times, and I've done some things in my life I'm not too proud of, But, those were the decisions I had to make. It was either kill or be killed for me. And I also been in shootouts back in the hood. I got in my first shootout at 10 years old. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, but shit, I had to do something. So, for me, Spike Lee, no disrespect, but I still feel like fuck you, because I feel you should have more knowledge and more respect for guys like us as soldiers who go out here and risk our lives for people like you to be able to do what you do and supposed to entertain us because we support what you do. And I feel it's disrespectful to us for you to make a movie with the title Chirac, and you don't even probably have the decency to even go over there and pay soldiers proper respect and even go do a tour over there and say, shake soldiers' hands and let them know you support us back. But you make a movie called Chirac. You could have easily named it Chi-Town. Everybody knows Chicago's rough. Just like everybody knows California's rough. Detroit, Memphis, Florida, Alabama. All the states got their rough hoods. So I'm not just taking shots at Chicago or nothing. It's not to disrespect Chicago. I just felt disrespected by the movie, so I felt that something needed to be said about it. A lot of people might not agree with what I say, but I don't give a fuck. What you say or do can't really hurt me, I done been near death so much that it don't bother me, so whatever you gotta say, you can say it, man. And I'm gonna end this piece with a little freestyle for y'all, just to give y'all a glimpse of what guys like us go through every time we gotta go overseas and fight for this place we call America that don't even really appreciate us and still treat us like shit when we come back, Sitting alone in a room similar to a cell. Walk outside, feel like I'm going through hell. Bullets going off, rockets exploding. I wish it was a dream, but my eyes wide open. Seeing things explode, wondering what to do. Trying to find a bunker, to find some cover soon. but there's no way to go. I gotta retaliate. So I put on my gear and gotta head out the gate. They call for QRF, and we go to the site where the first shot was fired, and now we gotta fight. They call them insurgents, and we gotta take them out. And we run into an IED, and the guy is on the mount. He's sitting there wondering what happened to his legs. He leaking out fast, not knowing he already dead. But what can you tell him? What can you do? You can't save him. Now you feel like a fool. So what do you do at this very moment when you fighting against an unbeatable opponent that don't fear death and don't care about living? He feel that your life is more important to him because that's his religion. To see you dead and away from his country is all he really want. And you sitting out there fighting for a place that don't really know what they want. They said it was war on terror, but is that really the truth? You don't really know, and you ain't got no proof. They gave you your orders and said you gonna be here for 365 days. And you getting treated like a prisoner and forced to do evil things. But you got no options, because now this your job. And now you stuck in your room every night, and you get to sit there and sob in silence, because all the violence that you get to see. And now you think you're going crazy, and you don't know who to be. And then when you come back home, your people treat you different, because you think you the same person, not realizing that you different. They say you crazy now, but the Army call it PTSD. And you don't realize how you changed so much. You think you the same old me, but it ain't the same. The dreams don't stop. You waking up in cold sweats, and you can't make it stop. So you go to the doctor, and they give you some pills, and they say this will help you, but you can't find the thrills. Your life ain't the same. Feel like you're going insane. And then you start drinking to drown out the pain. But after a while, that shit don't work. Now they sending you to rehab, and they trying to make it work. But that don't even help. It just makes shit worse. And you feel like you're doing better, but at the same time you feel cursed. Then people make fun of your struggles, and they laugh at you and say you a fool, and you thought you was doing something right, but in the end, you feel like silly old you. Deployments. Now you sit back and think about that, man. When y'all go to comparing y'all hoods and y'all hometowns to places like Iraq, Afghanistan, Vietnam, World War I, World War II, Korean War, the Gulf War, the Horn of Africa, ISIS, Somalia, or any of these places, man, where you got kids trying to kill you, women trying to kill you, people got bombs going off that's blowing you up while you in an armored up truck, and they blowing your trucks up, folding them up like goddamn aluminum cans. So y'all sit back and think about this shit, man. Cause this shit is real, man. So y'all sitting around here gang banging or whatever y'all call it in y'all hood and thinking it's hard, man, y'all toy soldiers, man, compared to the real war. We gonna sign out with that note, man. Hope y'all learned something, man. Get y'all shit together, man. I ain't gonna even say my regular slogan, man. I just hope y'all take heed to what y'all just heard, man. Y'all got anything for the people, man?
Recognize ignorance. I'm out.
Just pay attention to the words. You'll understand it. And then make your choice after that.
All right, we out, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to Midnight TV. Florida, stand up. Haiti, stand up.